Madhava Kunja Bihari Ram. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Ram. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Ram. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Ram. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Gopi Jana Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Soranandana Bratajana Ranjana Soranandana Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Ram. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari. Sodanandana Pratajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Javistavad Paramahansa Prabhujakacharya Astatirtha Shishimad, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananda Gaura Vaishnavani Ki Jai, Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, ISKCON Founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Shimaya Panavidam Ki Jai, Gangamai Ki Jai, Jamunamai Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Go Premanandi. How glorious some of the devotees, how glorious some of the devotees, how glorious some of the devotees, how glorious Shishi Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we're reading from the Srimadbhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 3, text number 30. Parasparanu katanam bhavanam bhagavatyasa mitaratir mitastustir nirvatir mita atmanaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Word for word. Oh, his disciples. Oh, it's Srila Prabhupada. I forgot we're in the 11th canto now. So here we go. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. Purport. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness should not envy one another or quarrel amongst themselves. Giving up all such mundane feelings, they should gather together and chant the glories of the Supreme Lord for mutual purification. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has pointed out that glorification of the Supreme Lord is especially potent when performed in the association of pure devotees. When devotees engage in Sankirtan, chanting the glories of the Lord together, they experience the highest transcendental bliss and satisfaction. Thus they encourage one another to give up material sense gratification, which is based on illicit sex connections with women. One devotee will say to another, "Oh, you have given up sense gratification. Starting today, I shall also give it up." One should learn to increase one's love for the devotees, to satisfy them, and to give up sense gratification or sense objects unfavorable to serving Krishna. And one should learn to view the entire universe as paraphernalia for the Lord's service. By engaging the objects of the senses in Krishna's service, one automatically becomes detached from them. And as one passes one's days in the association of the Lord's devotees, one's transcendental ecstasy increases more and more through discussions about the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, one who wants to be free from the harassment of Maya in the form of sense gratification must constantly associate with pure devotees of the Lord who have no engagement other than chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord and carrying out His mission on earth. Srila Madhvacharya has pointed out that just as one should cultivate friendship with devotees, one must cultivate a spirit of friendship toward the demigods who manage the universe on the Lord's behalf. Thus, one should live peacefully within this world. Om Jnanatamandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmalitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukram Krotava Chalang Pangun Lang Hayate Grim Yat Kripa Taraham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. Vanchakapatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So naturally, as people in this world, we like to have friendships. And as devotees, we especially like to have devotee friendship. In Kali Yuga, it's not easy to have nice friendship. But by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, who is our best friend, we are able to have these relationships. Prabhupada actually said that your love for me will be shown by how you cooperate with one another after I leave. So this is a sign of friendship, to cooperate with one another. And there's even an instance in the Bhagavatam of some devotees, I believe they're called the Pachetas, whose friendship and service to Krishna was so extraordinary that Lord Vishnu appeared, and he specifically said, I have appeared because of your loving exchanges in your service to me. I'm paraphrasing. But Krishna is very pleased when we engage in his service in a cooperative way. So this is so important. And Krishna, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, Machchita Madgata prana, bodhyantaparastam, katyantas chumam nityam, tushanti cha brahmanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, their lives are surrendered unto me, and they derive great bliss and satisfaction, enlivening one another and conversing about me. So this is one of the activities that devotees do. We like to hear about Krishna in the association of other devotees. So we have to think of something. We're not dead stone. You have to think of something. So to think of Krishna, to think of the devotees, these are the best thoughts that we can have. But in Kali Yuga, again, this is Kali Yuga, so people are thinking of so many sinful activities. One advantage of this COVID-19 virus is that there's a lot of people that have decreased in their sinful activity. Las Vegas has been closed for 6 weeks. Sin City has been closed for 6. That's never happened before. First time in its existence. So much gambling and so much other, Sin City, so much sinful activity going on there. It's terrible. The bars are closed, right? Bars are closed. That's very auspicious. And illicit sex has decreased because, people are cautious now, right? 6 feet. So a lot of sinful activities have decreased because of this. So there's some auspicious things about this. The air is cleaner. The Yamuna is cleaner. Rivers all over the world are much cleaner. So there's some auspicious things that have come out of this. But devotees, they want to think of Krishna. Satam prasangang mama virya sangvado bhavanti hritkarna vasayana kata tadyosanat asavavargavartni shradharvatir bhakti anukramishati. Devotees of the Lord, they derive great happiness, great joy in discussing Krishna, the pastimes, the wonderful mamavirya, the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And simply by this association with devotees and hearing about Krishna, it's liberating. Just to hear about Krishna, his pastimes, in the association of those, it's liberating. And it's shraddha, one gains great faith in Krishna. Just like who had faith in Krishna before Prabhupada came? But Prabhupada had so much faith in Krishna, had so much love for Krishna, so much love for the holy name. He was just such an exemplary devotee that thousands of devotees developed faith in Krishna and wanted to hear about Krishna. So this is the Shakti of a devotee. Yeah. So we want to gain this faith, and by hearing from the Shastra, this faith increases. Actually, there's one interesting little pastime of one reporter asked Prabhupada, he was interviewing him, said, are you sure you're right? You sure this is all correct that you're doing? Prabhupada couldn't believe it. He said, I'm traveling around the world, I'm convincing people that this is right, and you're asking me if what I'm saying is right. Prabhupada was a little surprised. So yeah, he convinced so many thousands of people of the greatness of Krishna, the greatness of devotional service, the greatness of the holy name. So we gained faith. Yeah. I remember I read the Bhagavad Gita, and I was just like convinced, this is it. Krishna's God, the holy name, that's the mantra, this is the way. Yeah. By the Shakti. And there's so many other Bhagavad Gitas, hundreds of other Bhagavad Gitas. Nobody understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, and they decided, I want to surrender my life to Krishna. But when a real devotee translates it, then the truth comes out. Shraddharatu, you get a taste, and we get a taste for serving Krishna. From this faith, when we get a taste, we want to serve Krishna. We just want to serve Krishna. We're not interested in the so-called pleasures of this world. As it's stated, this is the what do you call it? The illusory pleasures of this world. I'm trying to think of it. Anyway, there's no. Anyway, yeah, this is the real pleasure is in service to Krishna. Everybody is serving. And people get pleasure from serving. Just like people, they serve their dogs. Very humbly serve their dogs. Yeah. But better serve God. Yeah. We benefit. What benefit do you get from serving a dog? No benefit. But they take great pleasure. And now they have, there's dog restaurants. Yeah. Yeah, no, they got to keep distance now, 6 feet distance. Yeah, so there's such menial service to dogs. But by serving Krishna, we become purified. And we can develop our love for Krishna and go back to Krishna. Yeah. Shraddha bhakti, and we get love for Krishna. This is the real love that everyone's searching for. Everybody wants love, isn't it? People want love. Everybody wants love. This is the most attractive thing. But in this world, you don't find love. Somehow Krishna gave me this realization before I read Prabhupada's books. I was thinking, there's no happiness. Of course, I lived in LA, so there's no happiness in this world. Just so much stress and anxiety and violence. So then I went on my search. That was kind of like the beginning. I wanted to find what is real happiness. And fortunately, I found Prabhupada's books and found out what is real happiness and who our real friend is. People want to have friends. It's like we have nice friendships here in ISKCON. So many friends. But who's the best friend? Krishna. Krishna. Suhrit. Suhrit means the best friend, intimate friend. Bhoktaram yagatapasang sarvalokam maheshram suhridam sarvabhutam gyatvam shantim rishati. That Krishna, he is the proprietor, he's the enjoyer, he's the friend. He's the friend of everyone. Just like there might be some multimillionaire or billionaire. As soon as you have a lot of money, you have a lot of friends. Right? It's like Ambarish, Alfred Ford, he once told me, my next life, Vijay, I don't want to be a millionaire, because when you're rich, you have so many friends, but you don't know who your real friends are until you become poor. So there may be a very rich man, but if he loses all his money and becomes homeless, then you find out who your real friends are. You may not have any friends. Yeah. And it happens. Millionaires become homeless. No more friends. But Krishna, he's not like that. He's always our best friend. Even we may be in a situation where we leave our body and we're in a hog body or a rat body, Krishna's still there. I mean, is that a friend or what? He'll never leave our side. You may be Hitler or Stalin. Krishna's still there. He's still there, patiently waiting for us to turn our face towards him and engage in his service. This is a real friend. You know. Suhrit. Actually, there's many different names. Shaka, friendship. Shaka is friend also. Bandhu, yeah, Bandhu. Mitra. So many names of friend in Sanskrit. And in English we have one, right? Friend, that's it. So there's many different types of friends. And therefore there's many devotees that have different relationships with Krishna. There's Brahma Bandhu. Krishna is friend of the Brahmanas. And there is one Brahmana, a wonderful devotee. He was very poor. Very poor. But his wife knew. Actually, no. There was another. That was another Brahmana. When Krishna, he left Vrindavan and he went to Mathura, he came across one Brahmana. He was a garland maker, Sudama, and he was such a great devotee. Krishna was so pleased with him. Krishna knew, he knows everything. He knew this devotee is so wonderful. He said, I'll give anything you want, just ask. And he said, Sopi vravre chalam bhaktim tasmine bhakilame tad bhakteshu suzavaram bhute sucha dayam param. Please, Krishna, give me three things. I just want three things. Please, give me devotion for you. Which is quite interesting, because he had so much devotion already that Krishna was overwhelmed. I'll give you anything you want, just ask. He wanted more devotion. You know what that means? That's such a good sign. That means that we can have unlimited devotion for Krishna. Because he had so much already. He wanted more. You know what that means? That means there's unlimited happiness. Because the more devotion, the more happiness. Yeah. So he wanted devotion, more devotion. So this is something we could learn from. We should pray like anything for devotion for Krishna. Then he said, friendship with your devotees. Friendship with your devotees. It's not easy to have a deep friendship with another person in Kali Yuga, because our minds are just so agitated, you know. Manda samanda matayo, manda bhagi padra, always disturbed, lazy, misguided, unlucky. The mind is just so disturbed, so it's difficult. So this is something we should all pray for, is to have friendship with the devotees. And if we have friendship with the devotees, then sometimes we need some help. Friends help one another. This is what friends do. Yeah. So it's so important that we have this friendship. And friendship, as it's stated here, friendship means you have mutual happiness and satisfaction with one another. And we have same likes and dislikes. Just like in our ISKCON society, we're all friends. This kind of, what keeps us together is that we all believe Krishna's God. And we all want to serve Krishna. And so many things. We have an attraction to the holy name. Because Prabhupada was so much into preaching, we all were all interested in preaching, book distribution. So these activities, they help us bind more. You know, these things that we know are pleasing to Krishna, that we know are pleasing to Prabhupada, we also are attracted to, and other devotees are attracted to them. So therefore there's this bondage, you know, to this mutual attraction. And then he asked for compassion for all living entities. When I read this verse, I just thought, wow, this is beautiful. This covers everything. This covers everything, because Krishna, He's everything, right? He's the cause of all causes, creator of everything, the Supreme Lord. To have devotion for Him, phew, then we're set. Then to have friendship with the devotees. If we have attraction to Krishna, but we don't have friendship with the devotees, then Krishna's not going to be interested. Because sadhava hridayam mayam sadhava hridayam tvaham. He told Durvasa Muni, the devotees are within my heart, and I am within the hearts of the devotees. The devotees don't know anything but me, and I don't know anything but my devotees. So if we don't have friendship with the devotees, it's not going to work. Our relationship with Krishna is not going to work. So this is very important, that we have this nice, loving friendship with the devotees. And compassion. You know, Krishna comes out of compassion for us. You know, He's the epitome of compassion. And which incarnation of Krishna is the most compassionate? Lord Chaitanya. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Vidayade Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratav Shenama. He's the most munificent incarnation of Krishna, because He's given it out. Here, take. It's described that when Lord Chaitanya was in South India, and he was dancing and chanting, and he was so ecstatic, and tears were coming from his eyes, and it's described that he was sprinkling the minds of everyone with transcendental love of Godhead. And He's still doing it in the form of these books. You know, people get these books and they understand what is love, what is love of Godhead. So He's still sprinkling the minds. Even though we're not distributing books now, actually we are. There's some book distribution going on the internet. Sets are going out now. The atom bombs are going out. You know, we have the machine guns, the small books, and then we have the grenades, and the big books. But then the atom bomb, you know, it's the srimadbhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. They're going out now all over the world. So it's still happening. So people are getting an opportunity to learn what is love, what is friendship, what is the truth. So we're very fortunate to be able to get involved in this. I think we're going to be doing that soon. We have some names, we have contacts. We're going to be doing that here in SanDiego. So those that are listening to this class on the internet, if you don't have a Srimad Bhagavatam, this is a good time to get it, because people are spending more time at home. So it'd be a good thing to meditate on. It'd be a very nice addition to your home. It's like having Krishna in your home. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different than Krishna. So another name for Krishna is Dinabandhu. Dinabandhu means, besides Dravida, who knows? Friend of the poor. Friend of the poor. And if one doesn't have love for Krishna, then one is poor. Prema dana vanavyate duridra jivan dasikari vitani more deha prema dana. Lord Chaitanya said that if one does not have love for Krishna, then one is considered to be a duridra jivan, a poor soul. He's playing the role of a devotee. Therefore He said, please, my dear Lord, engage me in your service, and all I want as salary is love for you. That's a good salary. Money, just dirty paper. Just dirty paper compared to love for Krishna. This is real salary. This is the salary we want. Not this dirty coins and dirty paper. People, money can also be a friend, or it can be an enemy. Just like there's so many people that steal. They go out of their way to steal money. And because they're trying to steal money and sometimes get caught, they go to jail. For years, sometimes. So money is their enemy. Because they wanted money, their life becomes miserable. But it can be your friend also. If we use money in the service of Krishna, it becomes your friend. And you advance. It's like so many people come and they give donations to Krishna. Then, Krishna's so pleased. Krishna reciprocates. And you get so much more in return. So, money can be our friend, or it can be our enemy. So, this Dinabandhu, there's a pastime, Prabhupada tells of this boy who was in the Gurukul. And his guru announced to all the students that his father's Shraddha ceremony is coming up, and there's going to be a big festival, and all of you can bring something for the festival, prasad. So this one boy went to his mother and said, Mata, we're going to have a big festival at the Gurukul, and I have to bring something, and I was told to come to you and ask, what can we bring? And she said, son, we have nothing. We have nothing. I can't give anything. I'm sorry. And he said, well, what am I going to do? All the kids are going to bring things. What am I going to do? And she said, well, you can take shelter of Krishna. Krishna can help you. Oh, okay. And where can I find Krishna? And she said, well, many great devotees, they go to the forest and they find Krishna. They meditate on Krishna. So, okay. Nice innocent boy, he went to the forest. Dinabandhu. Oh yeah, yes, Dinabandhu. His name is Dinabandhu. He's the friend of the poor. So he went out to the forest nearby. They live in a rural place. Back then everything was forest practically. So he's out in the forest and he's calling out, Dinabandhu! 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 All day long he's calling out, Dinabandhu! Where are you? Dinabandhu! And then Dinabandhu comes. Hello, my name is Dinabandhu. How can I help you? What do you want? Oh, Dinabandhu, so nice to see you. I have to go to a Shraddha ceremony for my guru, and I have to bring something. All the kids are bringing something. My mother is very poor. We don't have anything. Please, can you give something? Yes. You can bring this dahi. You can bring this cup of dahi. And the boy said, oh, Dinabandhu, this is one cup. We have hundreds of boys. Big. We need lots of dahi. No. This will be okay. This is a special cup. So he was impressed by Dinabandhu. He said, okay. He had some faith. Okay. So then when the Shraddha festival was there, all the kids are bringing things, and he brought this cup of dahi to the guru. And he said, here, this is what I brought. What is this? 1 cup? We have all these hundreds of boys, you brought 1 cup of dahi, what's this? And he knocked it out of his hand. And the boy felt bad. He picked up the cup and it was full again. He said, Gurudev, look. It's full. And the Guru, oh, it's on the floor and it's full. What is this? He took the cup and he poured it out. It filled up again. Whoa, this is a special cup. Where'd you get this? Anyway, this will do. So, Dinabandhu. Om Purnamada Purnam. Krishna is complete. And everything emanates from Krishna is also complete and perfect. So this is Krishna. He's complete. So many complete wholes will emanate from Krishna, but he still remains complete. So there's another one. Artha Bandhu, friend of the distressed. Artha Bandhu. Now who could think of the devotee that was in most distress that you could think of? Good one, Radharani. That's a good one. She's probably. But Draupadi was in humongous distress because Yudhisthira, he's a Kshatriya, so he was challenged for a gambling match. Evil Shakuni and Duryodhana challenged, but you're Kshatriya, you can't refuse a challenge. All right. But Shakuni was expert. So they had this gambling match and he lost everything. He lost the kingdom. He even gambled away his brothers, himself, and he gambled away Draupadi. And then they thought, now we have Draupadi. Goddess. You can't imagine how beautiful. So they thought, all right, let's see her beauty. So Dushashan was pulling on her sari. And she's trying to protect herself. Such a chaste lady, we can't imagine. One of the most chaste ladies. All these men around, you can imagine how embarrassing must have been. So she's trying to keep her sari. But then she realized, this is hopeless. He's a powerful man, I'm just a little. So then both hands. Hey Govinda! Hey Govinda! And then Krishna, for the first time ever, incarnated as a sari. Pretty amazing incarnation. So this is the proof. Krishna, he protects his devotees. So it was pretty much because of that insult, because they tried to insult her in that way, that the battle of Kurukshetra took place. And I think it was a Duryodhana, he showed his thigh. And Bhima said, I'm going to tear that thigh off and it's going to be thrown across a battlefield. And he was the one that killed all the sons of Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra didn't stop. He didn't stop him. He's the elder there. He should have stopped his sons, but he didn't. And it was a pretty amazing pastime. So he killed all the sons of Dhritarashtra. And then after the battle, it's quite interesting, the Pandavas are there, lined up. No one was hurt, no one was scratched. It's amazing. Dhritarashtra was there, and Krishna was saying, here, this is Yudhisthira, and Dhritarashtra, he embraced him. And this is Arjuna, he embraced him. And this is Bhima, he went to embrace him. And Krishna said to Bhima, stand aside. He brought over a statue, solid statue. And Dhritarashtra went to embrace it, and he crushed it. He was blind. Well, yeah, Krishna was saying, this is who, this is Bhima, this is, so he couldn't see. So he crushed these solid marble. He was trying to kill, and he was powerful, Kshatriya also, although blind, but he was a Kshatriya. So Draupadi was saved by Artha Bandhu. So he's a friend, of everyone. This is a real friend. He's a friend of everyone. And a devotee also, as one advances in Krishna consciousness, we become a friend of everyone. Just like now there's vegetarians, they don't want to harm the animals. That's nice. Even vegans, they don't want, even using animal products, which is also nice. But a devotee won't even step on an ant. He's friend to all living entities. This is and tries to help them. Not only is respectful towards all living entities, but is also trying to help all living entities. So this is the greatness of the pure devotee. So our mind can also be a friend or an enemy, right? Udaratmanatmanam natmanam avasarya admaiva yatmano bantar admaiva riparatmana. For one who has conquered the mind, now one must deliver oneself with the help of the mind, not degrade himself. The mind can be the friend of the living entity, and its enemy as well. For one who has conquered the mind is the best friend. For he has failed to do so, it's the worst enemy. For he who has conquered the mind, the super soul has already been reached. For him, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor, it's all the same. So how do we know when the mind is our friend and when it's our enemy? When we're doing things that are pleasing to Krishna, it's our friend. When we're doing things that are pleasing to Prabhupada, it's our friend. When we're doing things that are displeasing to Krishna, then we know we've gone off. The mind has become our enemy. Now it's interesting, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said that the mind is a non-devotee. It's a non-devotee. That's why it's so hard for us to advance in Krishna consciousness. We have a non-devotee that's very close to us. So now we're trying to turn this mind into a devotee. It's a big challenge. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, and actually in the Uddhava Gita, Dorjyanam Mahammana, of difficult things to conquer, I'm the mind. This is very difficult. But, what does Krishna say? It's possible. By practice and detachment. Yeah. So we got to keep practicing. Practicing, what is it? Practice makes perfect. We got to keep practicing. Yeah. Keep practicing with patience and determination. Utsaha nistyadaya tat tat karma vardhana. And Krishna, he helps those who help themselves. So we just have to carry on with this determination. So if we serve the devotees, especially if we serve the devotees, Krishna is very pleased and he'll help us. I'll tell you an interesting that happened some time back. In England there's one person who owned a magazine. He published one magazine. So he had a son. So he told his son, I want you to go to the Hare Krishnas and move in with him. I want you to stay with him for a couple months, and we'll do a critique article. We'll put this in the magazine. Expose in the article there in the magazine. So he did that. He said, all right, that'll be some fun. He's about 19 years old. So he thought, all right, check it out. It'd be interesting. So he visited the Sunday feast. He liked it, and he didn't want to just come off too heavy. So he visited a couple Sunday feasts, and he said, I like this. He got some books. He was reading, and he said, can I check it out? I want to join. It was earlier days. He said, all right. Nowadays it's not so easy, but all right. So they let him in, and he's making a show that he's into. He's dancing and chanting and getting up early, taking a shower, and the whole thing. He thought, well, these guys are pretty austere. So he's doing the whole thing for a few weeks, And then he starts thinking, wow, these people are really nice. Nice philosophy too. I'm starting to like this. So after 2 months, his father called him, and his son said, Dad, I kind of like it here. What do you mean you kind of like it here? I said, well, yeah, I think I want to stay. I said, what? Kind of flipped out. I said, what? You can't do that. We're going to write an article. We're going to do an expose. So he said, well, Dad, I'm finding these people are like really nice, and they got a nice philosophy. Sorry, but I think we're going to stay. Kind of backfired on him. And devotees in Brazil, they told me that back in the 80s, early 80s, the government wanted to check out Hare Krishnas, so they sent some undercover detectives, went in there as Hare, also acting like Hare Krishnas, just to find out what they're about, because they grew quite fast. Brazil was huge. They were number one in book distribution back in the 80s. So they did that. They went in. They, again, the whole thing. It had the devotee clothes and everything shaved up. And after 6 months, they reported and said, "Yeah, these guys are good, and we want to stay with them." They quit their jobs and became Hare Krishna book distributors. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. Some devotees from Hawaii told me that there was one Halloween, and devotees were on Halloween, many devotees, maybe 15, 20 devotees in Harinam. And one person who dressed up as a Hare Krishna, he was with some friends, and he was dressed up like a Hare Krishna. They were dressed up in different ways. And when he saw the devotees, he said, "Hey, there's my buddies!" So he jumped over. And his friends went over there with him also. And he's dancing. He's got a full hair, but he's got a plastic thing. He's got a little tuft coming out back there, covered with plastic or something. He cut it out, bald head. Then he had the bed sheet or something on, and so him and his friends are dancing along with the devotees, and they're having a good time. One devotee leaned over to him and said, "Hey, better watch out. You might become one. You might become a Hare Krishna yourself." And he said, "Yeah, right." It's like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Like making fun. He became a devotee. Disciple of Krishna Maharaj. So, it's Krishna, he appreciates that so much that they sometimes become devotees. In Europe also, devotees in Europe, they told me that there was one criminal who was in the top 10 wanted list in Europe. I'm not sure which country, but he was scared. He was really scared that he's going to get caught because they were looking for him. So one day he happened to just see the Hare Krishnas, Harinam. He thought, that is what I'll do. That'll be my hideout, my cover-up. So he found out where the temple was, and he started visiting. He didn't just move right in, but he made it like he was showing interest and going back and forth, and he wanted to join. He's showing, he's talking nicely and like he's interested, and he said, "All right." So he moved in, doing service, making a show again, good show. And he also starts to become attracted. It'd be interesting if just your ordinary person, anybody just came in and just stayed with us for a few months. It'd be interesting how many people would actually stay with us. So far, we got a pretty good record. Everyone that comes and makes a show, they join. So he became a devotee, and he became a very good devotee. But there were some devotees that he saw that were especially happy and enthusiastic. And he asked them, "Well, what's your service?" They said, "We distribute books." "Oh, yeah, you seem to be more enthusiastic and happier than the other devotees." They said, well, yeah, sometimes we get some mercy of Krishna's, and he likes it when we go out and spread his message. So he said, well, can I distribute books too? I said, well, you talk to the temple president. Now he had been there for 6 months, so he had been there for a while, and shaved head, So the temple president, yeah, well, maybe in a week or two. So time went by, and he went out on book distribution. He was thinking, no policeman's going to recognize a shaved head, Dhoti Curtis. It's not going to happen. And he saw some policemen, and they just think, yeah, Hare Krishna. Didn't think nothing of it. But then one day, someone recognized him. One policeman could see, this is who we're looking for. So they caught him. Took him to the station, police station. And the temple president heard about this. And he went to the police station. And he understood, that actually he's a big criminal. It was just a cover-up. But the president understood that he had come there as a cover for his, for not getting caught. But he understood that actually he had become a devotee. He was distributing books. Nobody can pretend as a book distributor. You could other things, but book distribution you got to surrender. And he was surrendering. He was distributing books. So he knew this person had a change of heart. So he asked the police chief there, he said, I understand he's a criminal. I understood he went to our place just to, as a show, cover. But he had a change of heart. He's a devotee now. He was distributing books. No one can do that in a pretentious way, pretending. It's not possible. So, can you let him go? And that's what he did. He started laughing. The chief started laughing. You don't know what a criminal this guy is. He killed people. He was a thief. He was a grand theft. He was. You can't believe what he did. No, I'm sorry, I can't let him go. Even though he may have had a change of heart, we can't let him go. Not only are we not going to let him go, he's going to go to a top security prison. And what we do there is we usually drug them, just so they don't try to figure out how to get out, because these are top criminals. But I'll tell you what, I've seen his demeanor, and he's changed. We won't drug him. We'll just put him in the top security prison. And they thought, well, at least that's something. So he went to this prison, and it was a really low-class prison. The way they would feed the prisoners is they would just throw down loaves of bread, and they would fight over it. So now this devotee that's in there is thinking, oh God, this is not good. So he was a nice devotee. So he would preach to them, and he was getting, they were appreciating his, because generally in prison people they believe in God. Although one devotee that was in prison, he said he was in prison for many years. He said, whatever you do, people they don't like the Christians. They don't, for some reason. The Christians, yeah. But if you're spiritual, you believe in God, that's good. But you just don't say you're a Christian, because they found out, there's all the child abuse and everything. They just became disgusted. In prisons, you don't tell you're a Christian. But he found out about that quickly. Of course, he wasn't a Christian himself, but he was God conscious, and he was very spiritual. So he was winning over a lot of friendship there in this prison. So he told the prisoners, he said, the way we're getting the food now, it's not nice. I think we should do it in a more gentlemanly way, okay? When they throw the bread down, let's catch it. And I'll offer it to God. Then it won't be regular food. It'll be offered to God. We call it prasadam. And then you can all sit down, and I'll serve it out to you equally. It's a more gentlemanly way to do it. And they said, yeah, okay, yeah, we don't have to fight anymore. So they did that. So they were catching the bread. And it was nice. They were having nice conversations and stuff. So after some time, the police chief came to check out how's it going. You know? So he saw what had happened. You know? They became civilized. You know? These heavy-duty prisoners became civilized. He was shocked. So upon seeing that, he could see that this hardcore prisoner, or this hardcore criminal, had become so nice. So he called the president there at the temple. He said, "You're right. He's had a major change. So we're decreasing his prison sentence." So the devotee was happy to hear that. And then after prison, he went back and became a devotee. So this is the power of Krishna consciousness. So, any questions or comments or corrections? One correction. You know what? Vaisesika Prabhu said, we should live to be corrected. So thank you, Dravida, please.
Just one little thing. You mentioned in terms of the Brahman, and now Krishna is the Brahma Bandhu. He's the friend of the Brahman. But that Brahma Bandhu phrase is
Brahma
Hitaya. Brahman Hitaya.
But it still means Bandhu means friend, right?
Yeah,
Brahmana.
I mean, that's another meaning you could add to it. But just
it works, though. It still works.
All right. But the other thing I just wanted to point out, the next verse, you started off with this verse 11.3.30.
Yeah.
But the next verse is also important as far as it carries forward the theme.
Okay.
Smaranjak smarayantyascha mito gaugaharam harim. So these devotees get together, they remember Krishna and remind each other of Krishna simultaneously.
Oh, good. So let's I'll read it. Oh, you want to read it?
Go ahead, read it.
You read it.
Oh, the second half is famous. The third line, Bhaktya Sanjatiya Bhaktya.
Oh, yeah.
A very famous line. The devotees of the Lord constantly discuss the glories of the personality of Godhead among themselves. Thus, they constantly remember the Lord and remind one another of His qualities and pastimes. In this way, by their devotion to the principles of Bhakti Yoga, the devotees please the personality of Godhead, who takes away from them everything inauspicious. There's this wonderful phrase, Aga Oga Haram, Harim. Hari is he who takes away Haram. Aga Oga. This is like an idiom in Sanskrit. It means mountains of sin in the heart.
Takes away.
Yeah. Haram means take away.
Yeah.
And then being purified of all impediments, the devotees awaken to pure love of Godhead, and thus even within this world, their spiritualized bodies exhibit symptoms of transcendental ecstasy, such as standing of the bodily hairs on end. And all that is part of the translation.
Very nice, yeah. So the devotees of the Lord constantly discuss the glories of the personality of God amongst themselves. It's so important that we, Prabhupada has so kindly given us the srimadbhagavatam class, the Bhagavad Gita, so we just discuss again and again these qualities of Krishna. Is there a question on the internet? Or a comment?
A few comments and just two questions. The comments, I guess I'll share. One says, Hare Krishna. Jaimadava says, all glories to the assembled devotees. And Tapas says, Hare Krishna Vijay Prabhu Danda Pranams. Your class is very inspiring. So, the question...
Okay, put the microphone close to your mouth.
One question is, Hare Krishna, thank you for the wonderful class. I love the Dinabandhu story very much. I haven't heard it before. Where can I find a reference for this story? Your servant, Varshana Devidasi. Varshana.
Well, Dravida probably is the best at finding where that is. So, yeah. Prabhupada tells the story. Where it is, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a wonderful pastime.
But I think the way I remember it is that Krishna in the forest there, as Dinabandhu, he promised to supply the yogurt. And then the kid went back to the teacher and told him, I'm going to bring yogurt. He said, oh, very good, very good, very good. And then when it came time, he was out in the forest, and he gave him the one pot. As he
Oh, yeah.
So so there was some anticipation on the teacher's side. There would be tons of, and he knocked it down.
Is there another comment or question, or?
Dhanavari Mataji says, Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for such a wonderful class. Would you please share some of your experience of your book distribution to encourage us to spread? Dhanavari Dasa.
Oh, well, it's 7:30 now. We can go on all night doing that. So, listen, we're gonna. I have a book coming out, believe it or not. It's coming. It'll be a while then, because now we're on lockdown. It's being done in Bombay, but they're in lockdown right now. So, but it's been edited, it's been proofread, everything is done. Now we just have to bring it to the printers. And there's some book distributors that have read many other books on book distribution, told me this is the best. So. Oh yeah, Davida has it. That's right. Davida has the book, so we can read. We can maybe the next time I give Sunday feast, I'll read I'll read some excerpts from the book. How's that? Because it's already 7:30. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.